Another fire breaking out at Tèmbisa Tertiary Hospital this morning. The Gauteng Health Department says firefighters are still on site attending to this incident at the hospital's main outpatient department. It's an area just adjacent to the accident and emergency unit, which you might remember was affected by another blaze on Saturday. For the very latest, let's bring in Gauteng Health Department spokesperson Mothaletale Modiba, who's with us now via our telephone line. Thank you very much indeed for your time, sir. What happened?
Thank you for having us.
Are you able to take us through what happened, Mothaletale?
Yes, thank you very much for having us, Enda. Look, we got reports early this morning that there was smoke coming from the outpatient department, as you've correctly said, which is adjacent to the accident and emergency unit, which caught fire on Saturday night. So immediately, the fire brigades were dispatched on site from the city of Ekurhuleni, and they were able to start dealing with the situation. As we speak now, they have been able to contain the fire. They're obviously going to go through the area to check so that they can make sure that the fire is completely out. We were not sure as yet as to maybe what could have sort of caused this particular fire, except that the area is close to where the other fire was.
Anybody been injured in the second place?
Sorry, no. There's no injuries in this instance. There's no patient or staff members who are directly affected. Remember, this is the outpatient department, so it's not a ward where patients are. It's an area where day patients people come to collect medication, to do other things during the day. So the incident happened much earlier before we could start seeing any people coming through.
I suppose so. Some medication might have been affected by what's taken place.
No, it's not at the pharmacy necessarily. So it's just at the outpatient, but it's not necessarily at the pharmacy itself. So at this stage, we obviously, as soon as we were able to access the area this morning, we should be able to just take a roll call and check as to whether any of the equipment or files or any of the things that are in that particular area would have been affected. So the priority now was just to ensure that the fire is contained, to enable then the fire brigade team to get inside and then just be able to tell us as to whether there's anything that has been affected.
Yeah, I imagine there needs to be some kind of public messaging to people who are hoping to get their medication at that hospital today. What should they do?
No, people that are hoping to get their medication, they will still get their medication. Remember that we had already put certain contingency measures in place in terms of when people come through to the facility, who usually would come through, there are notices that we have placed that direct them in terms of where they would need to go and what the rearrangement is in view of the accident and emergency department having been affected. So when we get to the facility, they use gate 4. We've already alerted security. We've already placed notices in terms of which gate people are supposed to use, and if they're going to different areas, which areas have we rearranged for them to still continue getting services. But what we will do is that because this is a new incident that just happened now, we're meeting now on site to take stock of the situation, and then we will advise the public if there's any further information that might require a change of spending. So we will definitely be advising the public throughout the course of the day once we've established proper facts and then assess the situation.
It's the second blaze in less than a week, Mothaletale. I'm sure you were anticipating this question coming up next. There are real concerns around what on earth is happening there?
Yeah, I think we're equally concerned, Ayanda, because, and this is why law enforcement agencies have been brought on board as well, so that while the experts that are trained in investigating, the forensic experts that can investigate issues around maybe what would have been the cause of the fire and all of those things, we have to look at all possibilities. And the law enforcement agencies are already on board, and I think they will be doing their part as well to look at other possibilities as to whether if there's something else that we're not seeing that relates to this particular situation. At the moment, we don't have clarity as to what would be the cause of these fires, but we're really concerned that we're having these fires so close to each other. But even the fact that is a source of concern for us, and I think we would want to get to the bottom of this, and we're reliant on those that are tasked with investigating this matter to at least move with speed, given that hospitals are sites as our what we call national sites because of the nature of service that they provide. So we would definitely want to ensure that these strategic national key points are secured.
Yeah, and I appreciate the fact that we need to allow investigations to take place, but when you say that you are allowing, essentially exploring all possibilities, I imagine that also includes the possibility that these fires might have been started deliberately.
Of course, you can't rule out that possibility. So it's among the factors that would also have to be looked at.
Sure. It's all, of course, taking place in a context where Tèmbisa Hospital has had its fair share of issues in the past. Even before the fire on Saturday, there were real concerns around the state of the infrastructure there. In any other case, the maintenance program and whether or not we're keeping up with that as much as we can. This is probably going to add to all of those existing problems and, really contribute as a major setback.
Look, there's no doubt the facility is old. Remember that it's half a century old. It's, I think, around 53 years since this facility has been built. So, indeed, the infrastructure is quite aged. So with an aging infrastructure, you will have challenges here and there. But to allay fears, insofar as issues of
Oh dear. All right. What a pity. It looks like we've lost our connection there.